All right, welcome back to AM Northwest. We are coming to you live from the DeLusso Homes of Distinction Tour on Northeast Hazelfern. There are two homes on this street within walking distance of one another. You'll want to check that out. Now, when you build a new home, you have to make sure that the inside's beautiful, but the outside has to be protected. Here to talk more about that, we're happy to welcome from Red Cedar Lumber Association, Paul Mackey. It's a Western Red Cedar Lumber Association.
That's right, Dave.
Good to have you here. You guys did the siding here.
Yeah,
this
we
is
did
your
this,
product.
We did
Tell
siding.
us about this.
Well, this is a clear finger-joined bevel siding product. It's very, very popular in the Portland market. It comes pre-primed on all sides, and it comes in very, very long lengths, which makes it great for installation. So it provides a great weather-resistant barrier. We've partnered this product with the Tyvek drain wrap product, which is corrugated, which provides drainage and encourages the drainage of moisture to keep it away from the inside of the house, to move it away from the outside of the to the outside.
A lot of people don't think about that because they think, well, the siding is protecting you from the moisture, but you've got to have another barrier on the inside.
This is the last line of protection against moisture intrusion. And this corrugated feature allows this to be used in Portland without furring strips. Furring strips are required if you use a non-corrugated breathable building paper.
What is it about cedar that works so well in the Northwest?
Well, cedar works well in many, many areas of North America, but it's naturally rot, decay, and insect resistance, and it's extremely stable. And those features, you know, lend to great performance here. We've got a house in Portland that's a historic structure, Dr. McLaughlin's house, and it's 165 years old.
Now, when you mentioned that siding will come pre-primed, why is that so important? I would guess it's because in our weather conditions, you might side any time of year. You don't want moisture in that siding at all.
No, you're not going to be able to get a primer and paint to stick if you prime after it's installed, because it's going to be degraded by the UV rays of the sun, and so pre-priming is the way to go. And with pre-primed siding, you get a factory warranty on the finish, up to 30 years if it's a two-coat top-coat system on the finish on the wood. Talk
about installation, because that's really important, how you install it.
Oh, it's absolutely, you know, I get the phone calls when it's done wrong.
Right.
And it's very, very frustrating because there's one right way to do it. And certainly in the case of DeLusso here, you know, I watched what they were doing and they did it correctly. They used the right nail, the nail's in the right place. All of those with the right overlap with bevel siding, all of that's very, very important.
Well, let's talk about that if we can get a little closer and see it, because I mean it is tight. I don't know if that's the construction term, but I don't see where
really
insects
tight.
or moisture are going to get into the siding.
No, it's not. You've got a 1-inch overlap on this. The nails are in the right place. They're face applied. They're not countersunk, so they're not going to degrade the applied top coat as well.
And I think where you can really tell the difference is when you go into inside corners like this. Look at that, and that's all sealed properly.
Right, beautifully caulked as well.
Yeah.
Paul, you brought up flashing tape. What's the importance of the flashing tape?
The flashing tape is what you put around the windows after you've installed the window. So that goes on the outside of the window, the window jamb, if you will. The flex wrap goes at the bottom of the window, and all of these things keep moisture out.
So it looks like you guys at Real Cedar pay attention to the details.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We see this lap siding here. Are there other types of cedar siding that work well in this area?
There are. There's tongue and groove, as an example. Sorry, TV.
No, sir.
But there's tongue and groove in the pattern. This happens to be a tight knot pattern.
Okay.
Versus the clear, which is what's on this house. So you have knotty and clear, and you have a wide variety of patterns. Tongue and groove, shiplap, board and bat's a popular look. There's a product in this market that's got a wavy bottom. It's very rustic looking, that's used in.
And when we think about Western Red Cedar, it's not just for siding, right? People are doing decks and outdoor living spaces. You want, there you go. You want cedar there as well, don't you?
Right, absolutely. Yeah, because of its natural rot, decay, and insect resistance, and its natural stability.
When you're considering siding, and what is the first step for customers at home?
Well, I think the first step is, what do you want the house to look like? And then what maintenance schedule are you willing to accept? And what lasts the longest on the outside of the house is primer and paint. And that's where you get the warranty. If you want the natural look, you can certainly have that.
Sure.
The finishes that produce the natural look don't last as long as primer and paint, but you can have that look as well.
And I would think that if it comes time, say you're in an older home, to replace your siding, replacing it with real wood cedar as opposed to a man-made product, it gives you some options down the road. If you want to add on or you want to change, you want to put in a window, you're dealing with natural product that you can amend later.
Well, and if you're dealing with an older home here in the Portland market, it's already got cedar siding on it, so you're going to want to match that look. Otherwise, a substitute product might not match the appearance of what's already there.
When we talked about the decking, for example, because we talked about pre-priming and sealing and doing everything for the siding, what do you have to do if you're putting in a deck and you're using cedar?
The lowest maintenance option for a cedar deck is to put nothing on it and let it turn gray.
Oh, really?
I like that style.
Yeah. And that way, because if you try and put a stain on it and you want to maintain that look, you're going to have to restain it every couple of years.
Yeah, but this is awfully heavy. Would you like it? I just start to wear. Thank you. I'm so glad you're here. When you go up and down streets in old, beautiful neighborhoods like the one here in Laurelhurst, and you see the different sidings, you can see when it's cedar, when it's a good cedar. You notice the ones that have held up, don't you?
Absolutely. Yeah. That's very, very much correct. And some of the details on the home, the one over there on the corner, I know you can't pan to that. It's got a dental detail on part of the outside. You've got shingles on the house across the street.
What are the biggest mistakes people make when it comes to choosing siding, you think?
Usually the biggest mistake is they don't pre-finish it.
Okay.
Either pre-stain it or pre-prime it on all sides. The second mistake is sometimes they cheat on the overlap when they're installing it, and they use the wrong nail. Those are the three biggest mistakes.
Wow.
Well, this is beautiful. Well done. And we want you to know, if you'd like to learn more about Real Cedar, just contact the Western Red Cedar Lumber Association at 866-778-9096. And for more information, head to our website at katu.com.
And the DeLusso Homes of Distinction runs tomorrow through December 22nd. And it's located at 4016 and then 4034 Northeast Hazel Fern Place in Portland. It's open tomorrow through, or Thursday through Saturday from 10 to 5 and Sundays noon to 5. And of course, for more information, just head to the AM Northwest section, inside K2 section at K2.com.
All right, we're back with more of our preview of the DeLusso Homes of Distinction Tour. Don't go away. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, folks.